Now I was just about to put this down here on our double-sided tape, and then I realized that we still haven't got the photo etch yet. The photo etch ladder that's supposed to go right on the side here. So the little photo etch ladder we need is this one right here, B21. We also need this right here, which I have since found out is actually an antenna. We'll see if we can find it in Stefan's book. I did find it somewhere else, but it was a very poor drawing. This is B39. Now the reason that I tape this down like this is because when I zoom in with my macro lens, like right over here to our little ladder, number 21, or this other piece over here, 39, if this photo etch sheet slides even a few millimeters one way or the other, it's going to be either out of focus or possibly slid right out of the field of view. And I may not notice it, because when I'm putting pressure down with my little cutter here, which I have just recently re-honed, and it should be about as sharp as it can get, I want everything to just stay in place. So I know it kind of looks kind of funny, and I use the same piece of tape over and over again until finally it won't stick anymore. And this one here is just about at that place. Now here's something I haven't done for a long time, and that is use my hobby knife here. I just want to try it. I've just also re-honed the tip of it, and I hope that I haven't removed so much metal that I don't have any strength here. But we should be able to just drag that back now and snip it off. You know what, it didn't work as well. I'm going to stick to my special little homemade chisel here that, yeah, you can see the a piece of the tab still on there. Yeah, well, maybe I can sand that off somehow. Yeah, I'm sure that this homemade chisel or knife or whatever you want to call it does a better job than the number 11 blade. Now that's just my opinion. It could be that you use the number 11 blade and have fantastic results with it. But you know, I'm hardly seeing anything at all, like right here where I cut this piece right here. And the same thing over here. See if I can bring this back up into field of view here. Now right there, let me check the monitor. Can we still see it? Oh yeah. Yeah, you can see where it was, and it's not perfect, but there's no use trying to, you know, sand that off, because probably I'll end up just damaging the entire piece. Okay, now this has to be folded. See if I can flip this over. Okay, you can see there's a bit of a place where you're supposed to bend this part right here. It's supposed to be folded up. And this thing here is supposed to be some kind of an antenna. We'll see if we can find it in Stefan's drawings. Now, once again, for perspective. Okay, now this is what we have to mount this little piece of photo etch that we're looking at on. I guess we gotta take that off. Yeah, it looks like maybe it's supposed to also be a vent. On the other hand, maybe those little rings at the top, just right at the top here, are supposed to be like an insulator. You know, like the old-fashioned insulators you used to see for aerials. Okay. Now, I was pretty sure that I heard somebody yelling, "I see flashing! I see flashing!" Shut up. Probably making it worse by trying to keep you happy here. Let's just turn this over now. Okay, I think I got the other side pretty much. Well, it was a little bit up near the top here. You can see where I did try to scrape it off. I think that if I try to get the flashing from right in here, I'm probably going to end up ruining these little rings. This drawing shows it, not clearly. I'll put the macro lens on and try and lighten it up a little bit, and we should be able to see the little antenna thingy. I did find another drawing which also showed it, although the top of everything was kind of cut off. Now we have to remember, this is a print from a book. But of course, here's the cylindrical part, and right here you can sort of see the antenna going up. So yeah, it has sort of a little bend to it. It goes up and then in. Now here's the other drawing I was talking about. Now it's not of the same one that we're working on right now. It's a longer version of it. It goes all the way down from up here to the main deck. You may have noticed when we were getting this little piece of photo-etched number 39, right beside it was a number 40. Well, the number 40 goes on here, and you can see the way it comes up at an angle. Now, there are a lot of fantastic drawings in this book, but Murphy's Law says that what you want to see is, in all likelihood, not going to be printed out for you to see. Yeah. Now, this little ladder has to go on the side, I believe. How did we see that now? Okay, it has to go on the side right here, opposite this little hatch. I will put the macro lens back on, and we'll be able to see nice and clear. However, what I'm thinking here is, do you remember about, I guess it'd be 3 weeks ago now, we used the clear, excuse me, I don't know if it was the flat clear or if it was the gloss clear. Anyway, we used the clear as the adhesive instead of using the CA glue, because if I use the CA glue, no matter how hard I try to get just a very small amount, I end up usually putting too much on, and it fills up, among the around the rungs and everything. Now the clear, when we put it on, yes, it did completely smother everything or pool itself all over the place, but then when it dried, it sort of heat shrunk around the rungs and the rails of the ladder, and you couldn't even see where it was, and yet it did act as a bit of a glue, and the ladder stayed stuck on the side. I'm going to just try that again right now. I'm going to just stop talking. Like I've said before, I have a bad habit of rambling on and not doing anything. Now, remember we were looking at this drawing here in step 36, and I had concluded that the ladder probably went opposite the hatch on the left-hand side of this superstructure. But I found another drawing in 37, and here you can clearly see that it is on the right side, not opposite the hatch. It is on the right side. So in other words, we'll be putting it right there. Okay, here's the plan. I'm going to use the 22 on the side here. I'm going to put this on, and then we're going to smother the ladder with 22. I do plan on using time lapse. Maybe I can straighten it better with a brush. I'm wondering if maybe I should be holding this piece down with something so that it's not going to move around on me. I think I'll rig something up. You'll see what it is when I do it. Maybe the helping hands. Yeah, maybe I should reposition here. Anyway, then I'm going to be using my heat gun to accelerate the drying process. Otherwise, even with time lapse, it's going to take a long time. At least that's the plan. Okay, I think this is going to work a lot better. This piece isn't going to be moving around on me now. Now, if you remember the last time, I just pooled it on all over the place, completely covered the ladder, or almost completely covered it. And I think we pretty much got it. Now, does it look straight? Maybe the top could come just a little bit to the right. Oh, too far. That looks pretty good. Now, I don't want the bottom of the ladder to catch on anything. I'd figure the top was proud and the bottom would be flush. Okay, I'll get rid of our clear. Okay, now with the heat gun. And it's set at 160 degrees Fahrenheit, not Celsius. Okay, we'll know when we get back to the computer how long that was, but I'm guessing around 9 or 10 minutes. Now this is going to be warm, it won't be hot. Just want to see, are we going to be able to, it's going to be soft or not here. Now I realize that I could pick that ladder off if I wanted to, but it should hold on there pretty good. I'm seeing what appears to be a little bubble right there. Oh, whatever it is, it's hard. Okay, it's actually harder than I thought. Okay, now this part. And I'm thinking the time to bend it is after we get it glued on here. So I do believe this has to slip up over the end. Maybe I'll fasten this piece in the helping hands. Now I would think that unless I put a lot of heat to it, those tweezers should not hurt that plastic. Okay, I'll just drop that on there. Now a moment ago, I was glancing up at the clock, and it's well after 2 o'clock already. So I'm going to cut this video off, and we'll see how this goes in the next episode. I'm going to have to reposition everything here. Anyway, there is other things that I have to do yet today, so yeah, thanks for watching, and all being well, we'll see you tomorrow.